Welcome to a short video about foam rolling. So I've had some questions raised about foam rollers. What do we do with them? Quite often I find people have them as doorstops because they buy them. Not all of them come with instructions, and then they wonder, what do I do with them? So you want to think about, first of all, what kind of foam roller you want. So I have quite a small one. I often prefer to buy the longer ones. This is just a fairly basic foam, like polystyrene style one. I'd say it's a medium intensity. It's fairly firm, but it's not completely soft. You do get much softer ones than these. So that's more of an intermediate foam roller. And then I have a foam roller here that has lots of different edges on it. And this is more of an intense foam roller. And you'll find that some of these will even have these nodules on them where they may actually be several inches high. And they are actually great for releasing out tension in the body. So foam rollers, quite often people would say, how do I use them? What do I do? So just to go through what to do basically for the legs, we want to think about the quads, and you can also do IT band. We also can work on the glutes. But what you want to do is bring the foam roller down, and if you're not used to foam rolling, go with the slightly easier and softer foam roller. And then we place them just above the knee. Come down onto the foam roller, and you want to bring the knees and feet off the floor. So I'm in a suspended plank on my elbows, and I want to use my elbows as if they were hands. So what we want to avoid is rolling up and clenching as we're trying to move the foam roller. So use the elbows as you roll to bring yourself forward and backward. So as I said, you come down onto the knees, and we just roll from the knees up to the very top of the leg. And my toes are facing directly away from me. So I'm on the middle part of the leg, I'm on the main part of the quad. And you want to roll until you find a sensitive spot. Now that sensitive spot can be anywhere of out of 10, 1 being nothing, 10 being intense. It may be a 3 or a 4, so that's fairly light. If it's a 5 or a 6, it might be a little bit more intense. And every now and again, you might find there's a spot where like, oh my gosh, that's a 9. On those spots, we don't want to antagonize it. So you just want to come to that spot, stay there for a very short period of time, like 1 to 3 seconds, and then roll off it, roll up and around, find some different positions, and just ensuring that you're not antagonizing that one spot. And then you can come off it. So we've worked on the main part of the leg, the front of the leg, because our toes are facing directly back behind us. Now what we're going to do is we're going to lift our thighs up and bring our feet so that our feet face outwards. So now what's going to happen is, because we rotate and open out, we're going to start to roll through the inner thigh. And for some people this can be more intense, for others it may actually be quite pleasant. So you lift the feet up, turn the heels in, toes out, and then we're working through the inner part of the leg and through the inner thigh. And quite often you'll find if you have a sensitive spot on, say, above the knee, when you do one position, as you do that in the other positions, you might find you've got that same sensitive spot. So ask yourself again, are you a 1, a 3, a 5, or a 9, and how long you foam roll there. And what I would say is we don't stay too long in the one position. So you may just want to come in there, hold it for a few seconds, and then roll off it again. And again, I'm demonstrating fairly quickly just so that we can get through. We're going to work through just the legs and the quads. So now we want to work the outside of the leg. So we're going to have our feet facing inwards, and we're now going to turn our toes inwards and then roll the thighs inwards. So when you come onto your foam roller, you're going to turn toes in, heels out. Now we're on the outside of that quad muscle. And like I said, you might find one position, feel nothing, other position, a little more intense, and then, whoa, that's really intense. And now if you're doing a lot of sport and activity, maybe you've taken up running, or you're doing something that uses the legs a lot, like cycling, you want to think about foam rolling as often as you can, really. 3 to 4 times, 5 times a week, maybe even every time you go out. And it just helps keep you on top of any tension or muscle strains or knots. So that's just foam rolling those 3 parts of the leg. I'm going to do some other videos, so just look out for the other videos. I'm going to come into glutes as a separate video. I hope you found that helpful. Please do let me know how you get on with the foam rolling, and take care of yourselves. Thank you.